Right. So before coming, I used to hear that, hey, there are a lot of bills and taxes. You'll be paying for everything, no? And I used to not believe it. Like, how can I be paying for everything? I mean, if you pay this, that's all. But you get here and realize that, wow, you're actually paying for everything.
That's right.
You like everything. You pay for everything can be in subscription form. So at the end of the day, your car insurance, your phone bill, it's not like the way, back in Ghana, it's like pay as you go. I could just buy. I know we've stopped scratch cards, right? So I could just take money from my Momo and then buy airtime.
Yes.
When it's done, I can choose whether I will not buy again and save my money, and can choose when next I want to buy data and use it. So pay as you go. But here you cannot say I'll choose when to buy data. Like
you don't have a choice.
You don't have a choice. You have to pay monthly. So there is no break. Once you enter, there's no break. Unless, of course, if you are breaking, you are disconnecting your line.
Okay.
So that means that will keep recurring. Now, your car insurance, if you are driving and the police stops you and you don't have insurance, Ghana, sometimes you can escape if you don't have insurance. But here, you must have insurance, right? So if he stops you, you must have insurance. Otherwise, you also get a ticket. And the ticket's also going to cost you extra money.
Wow.
You pay for your car insurance monthly. Once it expires, get a new plan. Always have to be on insurance. Health insurance. Always have to be on health insurance. So it's like rent. Always have to. So everything you always have to be is always taken from you every month. Yeah. So that is when I came here, I was like, wow, Charlie, they ground like that.
Yeah. Now let's come to US conversations. Currently, what state are you in?
So I'm in North Dakota.
Oh, okay. And so I believe for someone leaving your home country to another country, there are a lot of factors that you would consider. But the fact that, you are going to meet new people there, you are going to start life in a way afresh, because you would have to find a job and also be able to survive over there in that country. What was going through your mind when you were finally approved and you were making preparations to travel? What was going through your mind? How can one fully prepare when they are moving from their home country to another country?
Right, that's a good question. I believe that we have to be mentally prepared, get to know what you would expect. You don't go to a place not knowing what to expect. Yes, you may not have the full picture. You may not know every single detail of the steps that you're going to take, but at least you can have a fair idea. Oh, if I go, this is how the place is, this is the weather, this is how people are, this is how things cost, so that when you're coming, say, oh, I came to America with $50. Like, you have to take more than that, because you are expecting, and you are prepared. So it comes in many ways. Prepare financially, mentally, psychologically. Also understand how people are. Okay, how am I going to make friends? I'm new. I don't know anybody, right? Probably don't even have a family member here. There's nobody to call. How do you now link up with people, create friendships, all those things? I think those are skills that you have to also build up. Even way before you travel here, these are skills you must have been building up over time. How to be friends, right? Because it's going to help you. So I would say go on the net, watch videos. I used to watch one lady's video. She was in South Dakota School of Mines and Technology or something. And she was talking about the social life, what to expect in America and all that. And I learned a great deal. And guess what? The things that she said in those videos, I saw them here. So if I hadn't watched that video, I probably would have been surprised by certain things I'm seeing. But because she was here and she had said it, I was in Ghana at that time. Now I know that, this is what to expect when it comes to social life when you are relating with Americans. So,
And so from what you said,
read wide, watch videos and all.
Read wide, From what you said right now, I get the impression that if you don't have money if you seek a sem and don't think of traveling.
Yeah.
Is that the case?
Well, I will not say entirely. It depends on how bad the situation is. Sorry. If it's, I feel like anybody can survive. Yes, especially after, once you get here, you can survive. But the problem, the financial challenge or the major financial issue is the kind of expenses you go through before coming. Because when you come here, it just takes a month before you start getting paid.
Okay.
That's if you came on scholarship.
Okay.
But if you are not on scholarship and you don't have money, I don't even advise you come at all, because you feel like dying. You feel like dying over here. So if you are someone that you are being paid monthly stipend, your only financial hurdle is gathering that money before you come, your ticket, your service fee payment, your visa interview. Those are the things you really face challenge with. But once you cross that and you enter the country, after your first month, you start getting paid.
Okay.
And that can at least sort out some things. So I would say that yes, you can travel if you don't have any money, but it also depends on the kind of contract you have with the school.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm speaking for students. Yeah.
Okay. And so that means those, so it's a bit easier for those with scholarships, because at the end of the day they will get stipends.
Yeah.
But right now, most of the students, most people are not getting full scholarships. Even the partial ones, some of them are not getting stipends. So going there and then trying to find a job and all that, what are some of the stories that you've heard from those around you, and how can one really navigate within these factors in terms of starting life afresh over there?
So starting life afresh, I would say, so is it from the perspective of someone who is on scholarship?
No, someone without a scholarship.
Without a scholarship. Okay, without a scholarship, I think that your best bet is campus jobs. You can start with campus jobs, doing your 20 hours. But the thing with campus jobs is that campus jobs are so easy to get. You can get, like, you don't even need qualification. You just show up, show your ID that you're a student. That's all.
And then they'll give you something to do. Oh, I see.
And then they'll be paying you. Yeah. So usually campus jobs are timed. So you clock in, clock out.
Okay.
For example, if you're working at a dining center, international students, you have 20 hours. So you cannot really do like 20 hours, because if you go 1 minute past the 20 hours, you can be deported. Worst case scenario. Hey. So usually for campus jobs, you want to do maximum 19 hours, 45 minutes, so that you have that 15 minutes gap. So that you don't elapse. If you go 1 minute past 20 hours, you can be deported.
Wow.
Because according to the laws, you have to work 20 hours. Yeah. I don't even want to get into somebody who got deported to Ghana because they did extra 1 hour.
Wow.
But
is that serious?
Just to tell you that, it's serious. They are serious about it. Yeah.
Wow.
He went back to Ghana and had to re-enter the country with a new service ID. Yeah, just because he did 1 hour at the 1 hour extra at the dining hall.
Wow. Wow.
Yeah. So I'll say that if you didn't come on scholarship, on-campus jobs are good for you. But the sad part is that the rates are lower than the one that you get as monthly stipend if you were to be a research assistant or a teaching assistant. Yeah. So at least that's one way I know those who don't on scholarship can survive.
Okay. Wow. Yeah. Amazing.
Yeah.
So for you that you were able to get a full scholarship, and then at the end of the month you were getting stipends. So that means you didn't have to work, did you?
So when I came, even though I was on full scholarship, it did not cover health insurance, as most schools will not cover health insurance.
Okay.
So we still consider it as full scholarship in a way.
Okay.
So yes, I'm on scholarship. Tuition, I don't pay tuition. The only thing I'll pay is mandatory student fees every semester. That's okay. This one you can't dodge it. Every international student will still pay some small coins,
Okay.
As compulsory fees. That one, fine. It's not even part of the thing. But then we'll give you stipend. So now, because I only had 10 hours, I was on paper contract for 10 hours as a
Okay.
research assistant. I had to look for extra 10 hours outside.
Okay.
Okay, so that is how come I got the dining hall job at the beginning.
Okay.
So it was 10 at the department, 10 at the dining hall. But
Okay.
like I said, you cannot do 10 at the dining hall per se, because if you go past 1 minute, it's clocked. Okay,
Okay.
clock in, clock out. So that one, they can time you and know you did more than 10.
Okay.
So you do like 9 hours, 30 minutes. So like in all, you do 19 hours, 30 minutes every week. Right? Yeah. And yeah, I think that's just about it. Yeah. So after some time, they increased my contract. So they gave me 20 hours now, and I didn't have to do the dining hall job again.
Oh, I see. And when you see a research assistant, what's the kind of job? What is the job in a research assistant?
So as the name goes, you're assisting with research. So a professor could say that, you know what, I want to run this analysis, but I don't have the time. I'm doing this, I'm doing that, I'm writing publication.
Okay.
Run this for me. Give me the results. Do this for me. Give me the results. Or write this portion for me. Like those kind of jobs. That's what we are doing basically as a research assistant. Sometimes some data is lost. They're still going to look for it. You have to use your own creative means to find that data that is missing. Yeah, and basically that's what it entails. Doing research.
Was it easy or difficult for you as a person? How easy or difficult?
Well, for me, that didn't have research experience, I will not say it's difficult. I'll just say it's challenging.
Okay.
Yeah, because it's a new thing that you are now doing. The kind of undergrad research we did, I will not say it's intense enough compared to this. Like that one, you are just doing it to graduate. But this one, you are doing it because you are even going to be assessed on it. So it's more like a World Cup for you.
Okay.
Yeah. And I would say it's challenging. It's a new field. A lot of us coming from developing countries have not really wallowed in. So it tends to be a bit challenging.
Okay.
So over time, you get used to it.
Yeah,
because at the end of the day, they also teach you, my program like this, they teach you research philosophy as a course.
Okay.
So you also get to learn how to do research.
Yeah. Okay. And I believe by now you are done with your master's program, I guess.
Yes. I did it in 1.5 years.
Okay, 1.5 years. Okay.
Yeah.
So right now you are able to you are no more bound by the 20-hour limit again, I guess.
No, right now I'm working full time.
Oh, okay, that's amazing. So before we even come life after school, a bit within the school area, you met people from diverse backgrounds, from different countries and all that. What are some of the observations you made as an international student? Moving from Ghana, our education system is different. I don't know. Okay, how different is our education system here in Ghana from the one at US?
Okay, so I would say in Ghana you are dictated notes. You are given notes, lesson notes and all that. I remember undergrad. Lectures will come and we are just writing notes throughout. But here, 2 hours you come and then you are given a slide. You are led through the slides. In Ghana, there's no slide. Like there's just
right now they change it. They give us slide.
Okay. My time they were dictating the notes. Then that's good. It's been a long time I left school.
Yeah.
So at the time they were. Do I even remember any course that was using slides? Because they were using markers to write the notes and then to give us like some examples to solve and all that. And sometimes, I think at best, they'll print out and they'll share.
Exactly.
So everybody has a copy. Okay, this is what we are doing. Exactly. But the slides thing wasn't a thing. It really wasn't a thing at the time.
Yes.
Yeah. So I would say that for here, from day one, slides. Right,
okay.
And then you are going through, and sometimes calculate. So with that one, everybody has a PC. Everybody has a PC. You log into the PC, and then you can be using the software.
Okay.
They are more invested in software. So you see, if we were to translate that same system into Ghana, this would be the scenario. You enter class, everybody has a desk because there are fewer students. But in Ghana, my class were probably like 200.
Oh,
Okay, so we
in
can't
one
even
in
have,
one class.
yeah, one class. Econs were anywhere between 150 to 200. Economics, KNUST, yeah. Yeah, so there are times that we even had to change the classroom because it was too small to accommodate everybody. And there are times that we had to do tutorials in 2 sessions.
Okay.
So because we're too many. So the lecturer will teach all right, but there is also tutorials where they'll say, oh, maybe you want to do tutorial for Monday and then Thursday, so that those who didn't come on Monday can make it on, that kind of thing, so that everybody can be accommodated.
Yeah.
So I'll say that if we were to translate it, once you enter class, everybody has a PC, because we were probably applied economics, we were probably like 12 or 10 in that class. That's applied risk 2. Applied econometrics, where advanced econometrics were probably like, we're not more than 15.
Okay.
Right.
Okay.
So when you enter the class, risk analysis, for example, everybody has their PC. The professor says, okay, log in. You log in, enter your password, everything. And that same PC, you can log in anywhere. I can even go to a library, log in my details. I can log in because of the interconnected system.
Okay.
So I think we also have that back home, but it's not prevalent.
Yeah.
Okay. So everybody has their software, you use it, you do your analysis, you save it, send it to your email or send it to your professor as so that was good. And then there are times you can be given a journal, go and read this journal, understand it, come and do a presentation.
Okay.
Yeah. Or do this work, use the software to do this work and do a presentation. Okay. So you have that hands-on feel, you have that hands-on experience that, if I go to a job market and they want me to run this analysis and make a presentation, I can effectively do it because I used to do it in class.
Yeah, I see. Yeah. And was there anything that came to you as challenging in terms of navigating your way with the educational system over there, or it was easier?
I think what will be challenging is sometimes understanding the difficult concepts. Maybe you've not, because it's a master's, there are certain things you've not learned before, right? Undergrad, yes. If you ever touched anything in undergrad, once you see it in master's, you can always, catch up with it. But there are things that are new, like I've not seen this. This is a master's program. Okay, how do I understand this? That's where your research skills will be tested.
Yeah.
Do you know how to go and research and understand something you don't understand? Like, you have the tools, the resources online to break things down for you when you don't understand anything. So that was, and YouTube helped a lot, because sometimes there are people in the YouTube videos who break down concepts that our professors will never break it down in that way. So at least watching that 2 5-minute video helped me a lot. Yeah.
So let's come to meeting diverse people from diverse cultural backgrounds. How were you relating with these people, and what were the lessons, observations that you made in meeting these new people?
Okay, so a lot of people are from different backgrounds, and you learn to appreciate different cultures. You learn to tap into the way people think, how they've come to believe what they believe. And I feel like it's an interesting journey. And you don't want to, one of my advice, I always say that don't only mingle among Ghanaians if you're Ghanaian, or among Nigerians if you're Nigerians only, like try and mingle with others too, and then see their culture, experience it. It's fun. We went for Indian night, we ate Indian food, American was the get-togethers and all that. You experience all those things, so it's good. I've eaten with Bangladeshis, it's interesting. Yeah, so just mingle.
Mingle your way around. I see. Okay, now we are done with school. Now let's come to life as a Ghanaian living abroad. After school, I believe you would now think about ways to get a job and all that. Compare your time when you were in Ghana and then you were done with your undergrad, and when you were looking for a job here, and then your time over there after school, after your master's, and you were looking for a job? What were the similarities, the differences that you observed?
Those similarities is the fact that you have to send in an application, the usual resume that we do and all that, the cover
Okay,
letters and all.
okay,
The same thing over here. The
okay,
difference is that you are highly likely to get interview slots and companies reaching out to you, even if they don't give you the job.
oh, I
They
see.
can say that, oh, sorry, we have received a pool of applicants. At this
Okay,
time, we cannot accept your application. They'll get back to you. Most of them, like if you send to 10, let's say 10 rejected you, 8 will tell you that they've rejected you. Maybe you
oh,
not hear from 2. And even the 2, you might hear from one of the 2. And one of them will be saying that will respond like months later. They respond
okay,
late.
okay,
But I would say that the response rate is high, whether they are going to give you the job or not. And
okay,
then the probability that you are going to land a job is higher than what we have back home. Because what we have back home, there's limited supply of jobs and there
okay,
is high demand for the jobs.
okay. Oh, I
But
see.
here I'll say that yes, we also have unemployment issues here, but at least it's better than
Okay,
back home. I will not say that there's no unemployment or people are not struggling. People are struggling to get jobs here, but compared back home, this side is better. Yeah.
I see. I see. And did you get any rejections within your application period?
Yes,
Job
I had a
hunting
couple
period.
of rejections. Yeah, and
Okay.
then I had one that came through for me. And interestingly, I think from June after my defense, when
Hmm.
I even started I started probably in April, May, June. So by July, I'd gotten the job.
Oh,
Yeah. So
I
by
see.
July, I'd gotten the job. Yeah. Yeah. I
Nananka.
started officially in October.
Crazy.
Yeah.
I see.
Yeah.
I see.
Yeah.
And then those companies that rejected you, do they give you reasons why they reject you, or they just say sorry you didn't qualify? Then. Oh,
Yeah, some of them will tell you that they got another more experienced candidate. Others will just give you a generic response that, oh, we couldn't, take you at this time. Yeah, but they
okay.
might not give you any reason. Yeah, they'll just say that, oh, there are lots of applicants and then they've already selected.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, so it, so far so good. We have a fair idea of how you transitioned from Ghana to abroad. I would want to clarify a few things. In my intro, I mentioned that, or even you posted on one of your videos that when you went there 9 weeks into it, you were able to acquire a car from a friend of yours
Yeah.
for an amount of 450. How did that really happen? And is it like that over there, or was it just a peculiar situation for you?
So I'll say mine has been just a story of grace. When I
Okay.
came here, yes, so that people don't get it wrong and think that if you come here having 400, you just get a car straight away.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Because I was shocked.
when I came
Hey,
here,
this
yeah,
Ghana, if you are even if you are
it
receiving
doesn't always
5,000 Ghana cedis, there's how can you
yeah,
see it? And it can take you 10 years to get
to get
a
a car.
car.
Yeah, that's true.
So
That's true.
you need to
Even recently,
explain
a friend of mine
for
got
my audience.
yeah. Recently, a friend of mine got like it was a BMW or a Benz. So I have to check the chat, and I
Okay.
was like, "Hey, bro, you see the way you came here in less than 2 years, you bought a car. Would you have gotten this in Ghana?" It's like, Charlie, Ghana, I'll work for 15 years before I can buy a car. you know.
Charlie, it's not
So,
easy.
I, oh yeah, I got here, and like I said, you have to try and mingle with people. We were in a fellowship of Americans, and then we were like, oh, Charlie, we are here. We have come for school. We need a car to move around, whether it's cold and all that. So one of the guys was like, oh, I know a friend who is part of this fellowship, but she is she usually doesn't come around, but she has a car she's selling. So we can go
Okay.
to her place and go and check out the car. I was like, oh, how much? And he said, oh, $700. And we went to check out the car, and then the lady was like, "Oh, we have to fix some one, two things around the car."
Okay.
And I was like, "Okay, then if you have to fix it, then please try and reduce it for me." So we brought it down to 450 eventually. Yeah, and then I got the car. So it was just a story of grace. Yeah. Yeah.
But
That's what I'll say.
but realistically, if you want to purchase a car, whether brand new or home second hand or home used, what are the price ranges over there?
Also for standard saloon car, if it's brand new, you'll be paying more than $20,000 for brand new. But if you are going to buy a used one, it depends on the mileage on it. It also depends on how long the person has been driving it. And with that one, you can get anywhere between 1,000 to 5,000. Most of them average within that range. In my state, you go to another state, you probably pay more than 5K. Like if I'm in Boston, Massachusetts, you will not pay less than 4,000 for a car.
Oh, I see.
But then if you are in, like if I'm in New York, Massachusetts, like the prices are high. But if I'm in North Dakota, you could get a car for like 1,500, and it will serve you so well. Yeah.
Okay. So is that car still in use, or you resold it?
Oh yeah, I'm still using that car that I bought.
Oh wow, wow, Charlie.
Yeah, I put more than 20,000 miles on it. Yeah,
nice one.
That's the same car I drove from North Dakota to Texas and back. So it has.
Oh, I see. And that was about how many hours? I think you mentioned 50 hours or so.
That's 50 hours. Yeah.
Wow.
But on the map, like if I didn't take a rest stop, like if I didn't go through Illinois because I had a program and I just did like direct, it will be 38 hours. But it became 50 because I had to navigate elsewhere.
Oh, okay.
So 50 hours, yeah. And it's still working out till now.
Yeah. Okay. And so far with the states that you are in, it's fairly okay in terms of standard of living, I guess.
Yeah, and then also low cost of living.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So what would you say is the determinant of this standard of living? Because you mentioned, Boston, New York, the standard of living over there is high. So what are the determinants in these states, and what makes it higher? Is it the number of people that are in there, or the type of people, or what exactly is determining the standards of living?
Okay, so we have to check how many large companies are there.
Okay.
If large companies are there, they are going to be paying large. Also, like this is just one other factor.
Okay.
They're going to be paying large. It means that more money comes into the pocket of people. So it adjusts with the prices of goods and services. All right.
Okay.
And then we also look at the population. Where there's a lot of people, there's high demand for goods and services. So prices increase accordingly, because they also have to increase supply to match up the increase in demand.
Okay.
So increase, and we know that when supply is increasing, price are also increasing, like according to the economic curve. Yeah. So there's also the jobs available. That kind of economic interaction that is always happening. It's always at a high rate than this side of the world. Yeah. So I believe that these are factors that influences that. When you look at all those high cost of living places, you realize there's one thing that is running throughout: the theme of a high population. Okay. People are also moving there because there are more jobs there. More jobs are paying. That same money goes back into rent because the landlord now knows that based on your salary, you can afford this rate. Okay. Because, for example, when I was coming here, they needed to see how much I'm earning to see whether I can pay the rent. So you see that your pay is also adjusted to the rent, right? That kind of thing. So all those things determine how.
And there's this saying that grass is greener at the other side. Is it true from your observation so far, living in Ghana and living abroad? Is this statement true from your perspective?
think it's true only to an extent, because at the end of the day, you compromise one thing for the other. You sacrifice one thing. There's always opportunity cost. Yes, you can make money here, but have a social life. Are you depressed in America? Do you have friends who can visit you at any time, talk to you? Do you have people you can go to when you're facing challenges? You sacrifice one thing for the other. In Ghana, there are a lot of people to talk to. You have a friend who can encourage you. You have that. You have even religion to give you hope, right? But here, how often? So you sacrifice that. It's like, it's a skill.
Yeah.
It's a skill. And then, so more money here, or let me not say just more money, because at the end of the day, they still take that money back. But at least the availability of money, right? Availability of money, and then less availability of money back home, right?
Okay.
And then you have social life here. It's like this. Social life back home is like this.
Okay.
So at the end of the day, the grass is greener depending on what you prioritize.
Okay.
Or what is more important to you? Is it the money that is more important to you? Oh, then this place is greener.
Okay.
Is it the social life that is more important to you? Then
and here is
back
greener.
home is greener. So it depends. It depends on your priorities. Yeah. But then if you are here with the money, and then you are in an environment where you have good social interaction, and loved ones around, then it's an all-time high for you.
Is there such an environment over there?
Yeah, I believe so. And it has to be created intentionally.
Okay.
Especially when it comes to the social aspect, it has to be very intentional.
Yeah.
For example, if I'm on campus and I say, we have a community of Ghanaians, every Friday we want to meet and eat and drink, and that way we are intentionally shooting up the value of social life.
Yes.
And still making money.
That's true.
But if I'm in a place where maybe either I don't have the people from my home country, or I don't go out, I'm always indoors, my social life is going to be like this, but my money could be like this.
That's right.
So at the end of the day, what do you want and how do you intentionally get there?
That's right.
That is
let's come to perceptions and then the realities. I believe that before even traveling, you had all these expectations in mind that, okay, Abuja, you've been hearing people say, when you go, finally, this is what you will be expecting. So you expecting and then finally being there, and I believe you've done a couple of years. What are the realities versus the expectations that you had as a person? Have they really been met, or what are the, if you are comparing?
Okay. Right. So before coming, I used to hear that, there are a lot of bills and taxes, you'll be paying for everything, and I used to not believe it. Like, how can you be paying for everything? I mean, if you pay this, that's all. But you get here and realize that, wow, you're actually paying for everything.
That's right.
You like everything. You pay for everything can be in subscription form. So at the end of the day, your car insurance, your phone bill, it's not like the way, back in Ghana, it's like pay as you go. I could just buy. I know we've stopped scratch cards, right? So I could just take money from my Momo and then buy airtime.
Yes.
When it's done, I can choose whether I will not buy again and save my money, and can choose when next time to buy data and use it. So pay as you go. But here you cannot say I'll choose when to buy data. Like,
you don't have a choice.
You don't have a choice. You have to pay monthly. So there is no break. Once you enter, there's no break. Unless, of course, if you are breaking, you are disconnecting your line.
Okay.
So that means that will keep recurring. Now, your car insurance, if you are driving and the police stops you and you don't have insurance, Ghana, sometimes you can escape if you don't have insurance. But here, you must have insurance, right? So if he stops you, you must have insurance. Otherwise, you also get a ticket. And the ticket's also going to cost you extra money.
Wow.
You pay for your car insurance monthly. Once it expires, get a new plan. Always have to be on insurance. Health insurance. Always have to be on health insurance. So it's like rent. Always have to. So everything you always have to be, it's always taking from you every month.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that is when I came here, I was like, wow,
This
Charlie,
is
you know they
amazing.
ground like that.
Uh,
So yeah.
what? So with the basic stuff, what do you consider the most expensive thing over there from your observations? Most expensive.
Well, I'll say finding a place to live, rent.
Oh,
Yeah,
accommodation.
rent is the headache of most Americans. Yeah, but
Mm,
even this state, we are a bit privileged because we usually pay less than $1,000. But
okay.
other states, some are paying $2K,
Wow.
$1,005 a month,
Wow.
uh,
So
three
imagine
K
if you are
in
not
New York.
working over there, how will you going to survive?
Yeah, you can't survive unless you are patching with someone. If you
Yeah.
are a loner who has to get a place to live, you can't survive if you are a loner and you don't have a place now. You can't survive. So the best case scenario is going to live with a friend or pledge with a friend whilst you sort yourself out. And even that, you don't want to also be a burden on someone
That's true.
because maximum 1 month you want to leave the place,
Yeah,
right?
that's true.
Yeah.
That's true. I think for you as a person, you are lucky because for you to get full scholarship, get stipends and all that. I know I've interviewed people who didn't get what you got, and they ended up picking up cleaning jobs, menial jobs, and all that. Did you ever do any cleaning job yourself? I don't think so. From the story here so
Just
far,
the dining. Yeah.
and
It's
then
just the
stuff.
dining and then the research. Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, okay. And then Charlie, it's good. We
Yeah.
need to tap into your grace so that we can get full scholarship and stipends.
Amen.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
So we are wrapping up. But before we do, um, what has been your culture shock? The culture shocks that you've observed so far over there in the US.
Culture shocks. Maybe food. I would say that usually Americans like cheeseburger, burger pizza.
Is that not
Almost
what?
every
These are
party
the
you
things
go,
we
if you
hype
don't,
over here as children. Or
so the luxury food back home, the luxury food, when you come here, it's like the daily meal, right?
okay,
I'm tired of eating pizza and burger. Like you
okay.
eat it and eat it, you'll be tired.
So
So
it's not really
I realized that,
what we say it is.
yeah, I just realized that, we don't here, we don't really eat like good food like the way back home we have like our local soup
Yeah,
made with vegetables,
yeah. The
have
green
your goat
greens
meat
and
in
all
there.
that.
Here you might have goat meat, but most people will not even go to the cold store to go and buy, and he's not coming to work on it. Very few people do that home style kind of meal. Very few. A lot of people do fast food. And that's why there are thousands of restaurant chains in America, because everybody wants to like eat fast and then go do whatever they want to go do.
Okay.
So I realized that was one thing, that we were not food wise, it wasn't healthy here. Yeah, but as compared to back home. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. And did you have any? Have you had any racism experience as a black person?
Well, maybe if I did, it must have been very subtle.
Okay.
That I didn't notice. And the place I would suspect will be the dining hall. That's the place I would suspect where, you have superior, the kind of...
They push a lot of work to the side, go and do a whole dish whilst others are sitting down.
Well, there are also people of different races that were doing dishes, but I feel like if you were doing something, you were watched too much compared to someone of another race doing it. For example, if I'm mopping a place or if I'm arranging food, there's a way I observe that the supervisor will be watching me. Like, I hope this guy doesn't do any like stupid thing over there. I feel like you just have that feel that they are looking at you in a certain way, that they are not looking at other people. Yeah. So that's how I would say that it's subtle. It's not like something that came right at me that, hey, do this or don't do this. But
Okay.
I'll say it came more in subtle forms. Yeah.
Okay, I see.
Yeah.
What will be your greatest lesson you've learned so far, living in abroad?
I would say that if anybody will strive for anything, they can make it. If you, I posted something on my TikTok story at that time when the guy says you didn't try it all. You need to try it all. Like there's nothing like, oh, if you do your best and it doesn't work, it's okay, you tried your best. There's nothing like that. It means that it wasn't your best if it didn't work out. So you have to try it all. That's one thing I've learned in my entire journey. You have to try it all. If it didn't work out, you didn't try it all.
Okay.
Yeah. So that would be my greatest journey. And another thing I've learned is you have to take risks. You know, even drinking water is risk.
Yeah.
So if drinking water is risky, we do it every day. Why can't you take other risks? You know, so you only live once.
Yeah.
Take other risks, go for it. Someone will be like, I have people who have postponed trying to buy a car, and I'm like, it's just a car, bro. Like buy it. That you will not die if you use $2,000 to buy a car. Like take a risk, you know. Yeah. Yes, cars can break down. Cars have maintenance and all those things, but take some risk, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's what I do tell people.
I see.
Yeah.
And then what will be your greatest challenge, and how did you overcome it?
My greatest challenge will be catching up with things in the master's program that I didn't understand.
Okay.
And I feel that using the internet resources really helped. It came in handy. And that's how come I overcame it. I also asked friends if I don't understand something. Oh, this person did better than me. How did you get this? There's a certain Bangladeshi guy, very smart. Right? He's very good with maths. Yeah, because I think in their system they push maths on them when they are very young. So they all come out very good in maths. So sometimes I'll just ask him, bro, this thing I don't understand. How do you do it? Then you just show me. When it comes to English, and I also show him. Yeah. So liaising with people, tapping into their knowledge base really helped me, to get a long way. Yeah.
Then finally, there is this thing they say about the American dream. What really is that dream? And what is it? And are you living the American dream as you are there? What is that? What is the American dream?
I think the dream is still unfolding, but I feel like the dream is coming to a place of financial stability and having your family together.
Okay.
Yes. So someone who doesn't owe any debt. You've cleared all your debts, no credits, outstanding credits, debts or something, and then your family, everybody is safe. I believe that is the American dream. And at most, people owning their own houses, because rent is a killer deal here. So once people get to own their own houses, they are living the American dream. Yeah.
Okay. So I guess I've exhausted all my questions. Maybe the final question that I will ask is, so as a first timer, someone who is here to come to America, what will be the advice for that person? What will be the do's and don'ts and all these things? And then we can just wrap up and call it a day. What will be your advice for a first timer?
So my advice for a first timer is focus on a school that will fully fund you. And I always say that let this be your hard and fast rule, that if a school does not fully fund me, I'm not going for a visa interview. I tell people, let that be your personal rule. Well, you can go, but I feel like at the end of the day, you just put yourself in a financial rut where you'd have to.
So even if I didn't get first class and I had second class upper, I can't. There's still a chance for me to get a full scholarship. That's what you're saying.
Oh yeah. There's a guy who was interviewed on YouTube one time. He was a third class student. He got fully funded to Northeastern University, and that's a high class school. It's not just. It's not any Sankwa school. It's a very good school, and he had a third class fully funded. So, if he had it, that means that somebody with even second lower and get it in a school that's not even top school. It's possible. Yeah. So, and the thing is, finding it is the problem. But once you find it, your chances of being here are high. So why don't you struggle to find that gem, that hidden gem, then make things easier for yourself than to find a school and be paying, be owing the school. You have to pay this, and you're not even on any scholarship. At the end of the day, after school, you are still owing,
Yes.
You are not coming to start life with debt.
Yes. Crazy.
So I always tell people that I would rather stay in Ghana.
Continue.
Yeah, I would rather stay in Ghana, right, and be financially comfortable than to come here and be financially drained and stressed.
Yeah, you can even kill
That's
yourself.
what I would say. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I see you give a lot of information regarding scholarship on all your channels. You even have a Telegram group that share information over there. So how would I say it? What is the easiest way to find these scholarship opportunities as a person? Is it by research, or there's a particular platform you can get all these things, or how can one really position themselves to get a scholarship from an American institution?
Okay, so one thing you can do, both as a content creator and as a consumer of content, you can follow schools, follow their social media handles. They post a lot. For example, if you're on Facebook, you can be following schools, their pages. They share a lot of information. You can also follow some of us that create content. You can also check on LinkedIn, positions that are open in some schools. I mean, there are so many ways you can find this information. So that's how some of us come across the info we share on the daily.
Yeah. And with our audience, if you are watching us and you really want tips, information on which school is giving scholarship and whatnot, Danny Legend is the right person to follow on all platforms: YouTube, TikTok. He even has a Telegram account, a Telegram group for students who are looking for these opportunities. I'll put it below this video, and then the link in the comment section. You can join through that. Danny, you can give us your final shout outs to anyone back home or anywhere, and then we can call it a day.
So shout outs to my family, mom and sisters. Shout outs to my friends that have supported my dream. The friend that introduced the scholarship to me, Mary, shout outs to her. Wherever I go, I always give her shout outs, because if not for the info she gave me, I would not be here today. So I always thank her for that. Yes, and shout out to all my followers that are watching, subscribers, people have seen me from day one, how it started up until now. I appreciate everybody, and shout outs to you too for bringing me on the show. I really appreciate it.
We appreciate your honoring our invitation, and thank you very much for coming on board, and we appreciate it. Thank you.
You're welcome. You're welcome. It's been a pleasure.
Yes.
All right. Thank you. Bye.
Bye.